Hi, everyone. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, August 4th. I hope you are having an amazing day and ready for a beautiful weekend ahead. And so here we are, my Friday share. I'm so happy to be here, so excited to be here. We had this big, beautiful supermoon in Aquarius on Tuesday, August 1st. And I was curious if anything came to light for any of you, any truths, any awakenings, any ahas. Well, I had some, and so I thought that it would be fun to share kind of what came to light for me and share some funny stories. And then also, I'm going to share kind of this fun practice that we did in our sunset mindfulness earthing and grounding gathering on Tuesday, August 1st for the full moon. I'm going to share a fun thing that we did as our little practice today. And then we'll ask the angels what message we need to receive before you frolic off into your weekend. So, welcome to my channel. And before I introduce myself, I wanted to share one of my aha moments, one of my truths that came to light, because it ties into I need to introduce myself differently. So for me, one of the things that came to light for me this week is really, I'm really practicing to just more and more fully embody the highest version of myself, right? I'm just full blown practice mode of really embracing my divine self and my divinity. And again, this is a practice for us humans because we have human messy mess moments. So for me, this week, under this light of the full moon, I realized that I really want to shed, and this is one way for me to continue to shed my personality self is this, we get so attached to our titles and our labels and things, right? As humans, we get attached. And, these attachments can create suffering. And so for me, I realized, I really don't like titles. That doesn't work for me. And I know in this Western culture, everybody's like, what do you do? What certificate do you have? What education, this and this and that? And, honestly, for me, I just want to shed all of that. And so for me, this is what came to my awareness for me this week is that this is my new way of announcing who I am is I am a lover of the divine and nature and spirituality and mindfulness, earthing and grounding, Reiki and angels. And I'm so passionate about helping coach and teach people and share a variety of mindfulness, earthing, grounding practices, Reiki, to help people strengthen their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, to help empower and uplift others, and to help people harmonize their minds, bodies, and souls. So this landed for me this week is, when people ask me, what do I do? Who am I? I'm a lover of the divine and nature. That's it. And you know what? As we fully embody our divinity and our divine expression, this is all we need. When we're plugged into our highest self, the highest version of us, and this is how we just fall in love with Father, Mother, Creator, fall in love with our divine, authentic selves and expression. And then we fall in love with our life and the journey, the sacred journey that we're on. We fall in love with our path, no matter how crazy and messy it is. We fall in love with it because we're so in love with the divine and nature. and ourselves. And then suddenly we're just living our lives in joy. We're just doing, we're creating, we're doing our work, like whatever brings you joy, we're doing that. When you live from your divine, authentic self, you do what brings you joy, and then you share that with others. And this is where the miracles happen. And this is where the most love will just flood your entire mind, body, and soul, flood your heart, and it'll flood your life. And this is the key. So that is my new way I'm going to introduce myself. I'm a lover of the divine and nature. And I just share all my loves of the divine, nature, mindfulness, spirituality, earthing, grounding, Reiki, angels. I'm just sharing it to help people empower, uplift, inspire, come back to center, come back to joy, strengthen your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, and harmonize your mind, body, and soul. Anyway, so that felt good for me this week. That was one of my, I'm done with titles. So I'm going to be starting to do away with all that and just have my new way of introducing myself. So that felt good for me. So I'd love to know. Let me know what landed for you, what truths came to light for you, what aha moments. I would love to know. This, for me, this was a powerful new moon. And of course, how about, was anybody triggered? I was so triggered, let me tell you. And I'm probably even more triggered than a lot of you, because I'm really living, my practice of mindfulness, earthing, grounding, spirituality. I'm just living it and embodying it. And so I get triggered all the time because it's my practice of, I have to constantly, return to center and transmute and come back into my love and peace and joy. And so I wanted to share some fun triggers that I move through, because triggers, when you get triggered, I'm telling you, jump for joy, because there is some juicy stuff in there. Those triggers are the most powerful teachers. When we're under so much pressure and you want to blow your freaking head gasket, this is exciting. This is how we grow. This is how we turn into our diamond bodies, our diamond crystalline light under pressure, right? And so I'm going to share a few triggers I had. So what happened for me moving through this intense light of Mama Moon, she brought up for me, I was feeling triggered around my my pricing for my group offerings in nature. I was getting triggered all sorts of left and right, up and down. And I realized, so I really had to sit with this, because I had to get to the underlying issue. Why is this? Do I feel this? Because it's not about money. It's, I would do everything for free if I didn't have to pay all the rent and bills and everything by myself. But so I had to sit with these triggers and really dive deep and get to the root of it. So this is the fun thing with triggers. And so another thing that can help you when you have that, of course, you have to turn within and do your deep dive with yourself, your father, mother, creator, your guides, your angels. But I also encourage you, I also reached out to some of my community members, because we have the most amazing spiritual wellness meetup community members. And we're all walking through this life together, and we get to share and inspire one another. So I talked to some of them about it, and that helps so much too. So not only having your time to digest in stillness and silence the trigger that's coming up for you, is then also reaching out to your friends or your soul tribe members who you trust and who you can bounce ideas off and tell them what's coming up for you. And then it's amazing because they see things that we can't see. When we're full blown in that trigger, sometimes we're not seeing everything so clearly. So that's what I did. had the time to myself, dove deep, talked to some of my community members and then some friends, and then kind of sat with that information. And then I was able to finally realize, okay, I finally felt what feels good for me. And so for me, I now have created, it's going to be one free offering a month for my community. And then I created minimum fees for my offerings. So I've got Friday morning offerings, Saturday morning, sunrise offerings, and then I've got some new moon, full moon, sunset offerings. So I finally have figured out that what feels good for me is having a minimum fee on the offerings and then the one free offering a month. And then that way, it everybody can come, no matter what your financial status is, then everybody can come. And that was important to me, to just have my offerings be accessible for everyone's financial status. And then of course, those who are more financially stable and abundant, then they can give more if they want. And so that felt really good. So that was a beautiful. So see, I'm just encouraging you to, when those triggers come, you dive deep, talk to your friends, sit with it, percolate on it, and then allow that light to just shine, where then you suddenly come into the knowing of what is best for you and how to move through that trigger and the actionable steps that you can take to then show up in your power. And it was great. So that was one trigger that I moved through also during this full moon, and so grateful for the outcome of that. And then of course I had another trigger. So I'm sure like me, we all have that relationship in your life that triggers you the most, right? I've really found that, our relationships, we really have to have so much courage, strength, and fearlessness to really move through our friendships and relationships, because they can be so challenging. And so, of course, my boss is my biggest trigger and my biggest awakener. You see how that works? If someone in your life is triggering you so much, that person is your biggest awakener. And so this is what's happened in my life. And so I get to be triggered by my boss 4 days a week. And it goes both ways. He is so yang, I am so yin. We are polar opposites. We drive each other crazy because he doesn't have an office. We're sit right next to each other. We drive each other crazy, and we trigger each other all the time. And I have come to find this hilarious and really fun and amusing. This is really where I get a lot of my material and how I practice my mindfulness, earthing, and grounding practices. So it's a great practice. And so this was crazy. So what happened, and of course it happened on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I was so excited for my sunset full moon mindfulness. It was going to start at 7:15. And then of course at 3:30 that day, my boss did something that made me blow a freaking head gasket. Okay. And so he did that at work, and I was like, oh, here we go. Then I got so triggered, and then I got mad because I'm like, I'm supposed to be going to be of service to my community, and now I'm all triggered. And then of course my divine self was like, that's right, baby, because we're going to transmute this so that then we can practice this and share it with others tonight. And so he triggered me, and I said to him, you are ruthless. Then he gave me the finger, he gave me the bird. This is how he and I roll. Okay. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then after that, and my human self wanted to get up and walk out. That was and again, when you're human messy mess, if you want to run away, that's your human messy mess. And that's when you need to just say, hey, Divine self, get in here now. My human is falling apart and going crazy. And so that's what I did. Somehow I got my divine self in that room before my human ran right out the door. And I sat in it and worked through it and got a few things done that he needed. And then, of course, he says, it's people like you why the world is inflamed and enraged. I'm like, what? And so this is unbelievable. So he thinks it's people like me is the reason why humanity is enraged. Okay, so see, these are big triggers. And so he left on that note. And so he and I have work to do. And so see, triggers now, I laugh. And I'm like, these are great practices to really, have such compassion and love for our human messy, and then just really dive deep and dive into that issue, because then when we can do that, then we strengthen these new muscles, and then we can show up differently, and then you heal the root cause. Where is this trigger coming from? Like, I want to get to the root with him on that. And that's going to be a great story to really dive deep with him on that and then figure that out. So I just encourage you, when you get triggered, laugh, have such compassion and love, and dive deep. Do your work and dive deep. And again, get help if you need to, get support. Who knows? I might need to, if he and I can't work through that one, I might need to call the coach and bring the coach in to help us. So, we do that. If we need help, this is how we roll. And this is then how we just rise, and then we get better. So with each trigger, we come out stronger and better and wiser. So oh, thank you, sweet Karen. It's I'm honestly, I'm having fun. I am having so much fun getting triggered and being the receiver of being triggered, because it's fun work. It's fun to find out, the root causes of this. Anyway, so that was enough. Those were my triggers. And so, okay, let me finish the story. So anyway, I got him out the door. That's how he left the office. Okay. And so I'm enraged with my trigger. And so what do? Right? I finish the day, I get in the car, and I have to chant Om Mani Padme Hum, because that is the chant for me. It just brings us all back to love and compassion. And that's what we have to do. I have to have such love and compassion for him, because he is in his own place. And I have to have such love and compassion for me. So that's what I did. I drove home, chanting all the way home. Then I got home, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make myself a protein fruit smoothie, and then walked barefoot outside, more chanting, because I had to go do a mindfulness session at 17 and I was enraged. So I had to transmute, and all of this helped. I worked it out. I worked it out barefoot on the grass, chanting. I was able to come back to center, come back to love. And then I was able to go to my mindfulness sunset session, and we had the most beautiful time. And then again, see all these practices that we do, all these mindfulness, earthing and grounding practices. It transforms us. It transmutes all the density, all the messy mess. And then by the end of that session, all of us, including myself, we were all just so in love, lifted in love, just empowered, in joy. I was just buzzing in so much blissy bliss and love after that. So that's how we transmute and work through these triggers. So I just wanted to share that story, because these tools that we do are just so powerful, and this is how we get through this crazy world and crazy triggers that we all experience. So just wanted to share. Okay, so what's next on the agenda? Okay, yes. So enough about that. And again, feel free to let me know how you did and how you moved through this full moon week, your ahas, your awakened moments and enlightened things that came through, reach out, let me know. I'd love to know. And I shared this fun little practice on Tuesday. And so I'm going to do that with you here now. It's a quick practice. And this is a fun way to just get us back into our divine self. So we're going to do this. If you want to, oh, thank you, Karen. We missed you. Yes, the ceremony was amazing. And you were, of course, in our hearts as always. We always hold you in our hearts when you're not there with us. So if you want to light a candle, go ahead and light a candle. We're going to do this fun, quick activation. And I think it's a super fun tool that we can practice. And we can, so when I do this today, it's going to be a slower so that you can understand it. But then maybe next time we'll try it faster so we can get into this practice fast. So when you're getting triggered by your boss or something, you can just boom, 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 get into this and just be ready to go. Okay, so this is going to be fun. And then after this little activation that we're going to do, then we'll ask the angels what message we need to receive before we head off for the weekend. Okay, so get your candle, maybe have a sip of water. And here we go. So now just allow yourself now to turn within. And just allow yourself to just breathe in and out of your heart at a pace that is best for you. And here we go. So this is going to be a little bit different. But again, I love creating things that are fun and funny and joyous, because then we can work through anything that comes our way with joy. Okay, so here we go. You start off by saying, open heart, activate. And when you do this, now you're breathing 3 times in and out of your heart and opening up your heart. This is the first thing that we want to do. And when you're breathing in and out of your heart and opening up your heart, you should actually start to get a smile on your face. When your heart is open, you should just start smiling when you're flooding yourself with love and opening your heart. Okay, now divine self activate. And now what you do now is you're bringing your divine self, the highest version of you, into your human. You're just allowing your divine self to fully merge with your human. And you can just breathe into this and just visualize your divine self coming right on in, just taking center stage now, just taking over. Our divine self is in charge now. Okay, next what we do, roots, activate. And here, this is how you now visualize you have roots from your legs and your feet going down into Mother Earth. And your roots are spreading out in front of you and back of you to the sides of you and anchoring you in like the roots of a tree. Take a deep breath. And now branches activate. And this is where you visualize you've got tree branches coming out of your head, and they're plugging right into Father, Mother, Creator, plugging into the great central spiritual sun, divine source of all, just plugging right in, taking deep breaths. Central column of light activates. And this is where you're visualizing that light from your Father, Mother, Creator, great central spiritual sun, divine source of all, is shooting down through your head and your spinal column all the way down into the earth. And now Mother Earth activates. And now you're breathing in the loving light energy from Mother Earth, running her beautiful loving light energy up your central column of light. Father, Son, activate, and you're allowing Father, Son's loving light energy to pour down your central column of light. And this is where then you just keep breathing in and out deeply, in and out of your heart. You're just running the loving light energy from Mother Earth and Father, Son all the way through your body. And of course, you do this as long as you need to. And then, of course, here what we do is Angels activate. And this is where you say, I'm calling in the archangels and the angels of pure divine love and golden light to join me now. I welcome you into my space. Thank you, angels, for helping me through my trigger, for helping me through my meditation. You know, whatever it is, that's what we do with our angels. We bring our angels in, okay? And again, you just keep breathing in and out of your heart. And now what we do, divine operating system activate. We want to bring online our divine operating system. Of course, that is when we are operating from love and compassion and joy and kindness and mercy and tolerance and acceptance. This is our divine operating system that we need to work with every day. Okay, now divine supersuit activate. And now this is where you get to have fun visualizing what does your divine supersuit look like. You are your own divine superhero. And so visualize, what does your divine supersuit look like? You know, do you have a headdress on, some kind of tiara? Do you have tattoos? Do you have war paint on? Are you in camouflage? Are you, what suit are you in? You know, is it like Wonder Woman? Is it like Iron Man? Just visualize, what is your divine supersuit? You know, I've got these beautiful gold high heel boots that are sparkly and shiny on. I've got my camo, my camo gear on, and I've got all my war paint and tattoos on. I've got my shield of light. So also bring in your weapons, your spiritual weapons. Do you have a sword of truth, a golden, sparkly sword of truth to cut through all density, distortion, and illusion? Do you have bows and arrows, maybe golden bows and arrows that you shoot to shoot through anger and triggers and hatred? Or maybe you have feathers that you just throw at people like dartboard feathers that you're just throwing at people to help them awaken. You know, we can have so much fun here. So think of your divine supersuit. How are you dressed in your divine supersuit, your power suit? What spiritual and mindfulness weapons do you have to cut through all the density, distortions, and illusions, and greed, and control, and fear? We've got to have our weapons. And then you say, so after you have, and take time and even draw this, if you need to draw this for yourself, just really spend time visualizing yourself in your divine supersuit, so that when you can call it in faster, and then you know which tools, which spiritual tool weapons you need to use in any situation that you're in. And now, of course, divine golden cloak of light activate. Let's put on our golden cloak of light. You know, our golden cloak of light, where we can stand in our divine confidence, courage, strength, fearlessness, and power. So we've got to have our golden cloak of light on. So have fun with this. Really have fun visualizing your divine supersuit, your golden cloak of light, your weapons, your spiritual and mindfulness tools and weapons. And then let's see what else we can do is, even we can bring our hands together now in the prayer position in front of our heart. We can rub our hands together, and you can say, for instance, Chi, activate, or Reiki, activate, or Life Force, activate. So you are activating your Chi, Reiki, Life Force. It's all the same. So whatever feels good to you, you're rubbing your hands together, getting your Chi, Reiki, Life Force activating, and just blow. Take a deep breath in and blow on your hands 3 times. And now just hold your hands together in the prayer position. Just feel your chi, your Reiki, your life force just pulsing in the palms of your hands. We're going to stay here for a moment, placing all the awareness on your hands, the area between your hands, just feeling your chi, your Reiki, your life force just pulsing. Maybe your hands are tingling or pulsing or sweating, whatever it is. And now what we're going to do, you might need to open your eyes. We're going to now bring our elbows together and open up our hands and allow all that beautiful chi and Reiki and life force energy to just whoosh, flow up your head and all around your mind, body, and soul. So just setting the intention here, we are allowing the chi, Reiki, life force energy to flow into us, through us, around us, and work with us all day long. And just breathe in this beautiful, loving life force energy. And now we'll just raise our hands to the heavens, just visualizing a rain. We can say rainbow shower of light, activate. And now you're just activating this rainbow shower of light to just shower down upon you, just cleansing, clearing, harmonizing your mind, body, soul, aura, energy field. Just allow yourself, open up to receive just the pure divine love from Father, Mother, Creator, the golden light. Allow yourself to receive all the beautiful blessings, miracles, abundance from the universe just showering down upon you. Just allowing your divine confidence, courage, fearlessness, strength, and power just showering down upon you. You're just being showered with abundance and joy and bliss. You're being showered with peace and calm and grace. You're being showered with generosity and gratitude. And now we can bring our hands down like a shower faucet and actually just like we're sprinkling. You can even like sprinkle all that beautiful loving light energy all down your body. And then come back into the prayer position in front of your heart. And then let's just end with a few affirmations. I am leading with love. I am following my joy. I am claiming my divinity. I am choosing my divine operating system. I am a divine being of love and light. I am free and sovereign. I am claiming my freedom and sovereignty. I am claiming my joy. I'm claiming peace, calm, grace, and harmony. I am a magnificent child of my Father, Mother, Creator. I am my own divine superhero. I am my divine superhero of my life. I am loving myself. I am loving my life. And I am loving my Father, Mother, Creator. And so it is. It is done. And I am grateful. And now you can just visualize yourself now, just untying your roots, pull your roots back into your body, close down your branches, close down your head, just coming back into your body. The divine, powerful, loving in me sees and honors the divine, loving, and powerful in each of you. We are all connected heart to heart. We are one. Namaste. Okay. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. And that's just a fun practice. So if that resonates with you, just have fun visualizing that. Maybe you want to paint what your divine supersuit looks like. Just have fun. I always feel like when we do these spiritual and mindfulness practices in a way that is fun and funny and joyful, then it just makes everything better. So now let's ask the angels what message we need to receive. And then I'll let you off for the weekend. Okay. So, dear angels and pendulum, which direction is yes? Show us yes. Okay, thank you so much. And dear angel and pendulum, which direction is no? Show us no. Okay, great. You are so welcome, Karen. Thank you for being here with me. So fun to have somebody here with me live. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Care Bear. Okay. Let's ask the angels and pendulum if we need a message from Denise Linn's Sacred Forest deck. So, dear pendulum and angels, do we need a message from Denise Linn's Sacred Forest deck? Of course we do. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so let's pick our card, see what message we need. Okay. So, dear angels and pendulum, what sacred forest message, wisdom, and guidance do we need to receive right now? Dear angels and pendulum, what sacred forest message, wisdom, and guidance do we need to receive right now? And dear angels and pendulum, what am I saying? That's a blonde moment. I'm done with the pendulum. I should always put a disclaimer that I have blonde moments, I space out, I forget things, and that's how I roll. And so, as Robert Ohado would say, we are all flawsome. We are all totally flawed and totally awesome. And so here we go. Thank you, angels, for bringing us the sacred forest message, wisdom, and guidance we need to receive right now. Thank you, angels, for bringing us the sacred forest message and guidance we need to receive right now. Thank you, angels, for bringing us the sacred forest message, wisdom, and guidance we need to receive right now. And so it is. It is done. And I am so grateful. Okay, let's see what comes out. Thank you, angels. Okay, that one shot right out. What is our message? Oh my gosh. You just can't make this stuff up. This is just incredible. Look at this, you guys. Moonlight Enchantment, full moon magic. This is truly incredible. So this is just such a reminder that this powerful new moon that we had on August 1st, and any full moon or new moon, really, any moon at all, it's so profound and powerful when we work with these moon cycles. So this is just a reminder and I'm going to be offering these every sunset, new moon, and full moon mindfulness, earthing, and grounding sessions. So come on out if you live in Orange County and join us, because we have created some powerful new moon and full moon mindfulness, earthing, and grounding practices together. And of course, when we come together as a group and create a beautiful circle, it just amps up. We raise the vibration so much higher and more powerfully in a circle. And then, of course, that vibrates out into humanity and into the world. And so it's powerful work. So I just encourage you to have fun with these new moon and full moon practices and rituals, or just create beautiful rituals and practices for yourself so that you are tapping into the magic, the miracles, the power, the light of the moon. I'm telling you. And when we set these intentions, Of course, at the new moon, you set your new moon intentions. And then at the full moon, what we do is we set the intention to allow the magnificent light of the full moon to shine the light of truth on all areas of our lives. So this is powerful work. Our intentions are so powerful. And when we do that over these moon cycles, it really brings in, this is how we receive our messages and our intuition and our downloads and our activations. It's just so powerful. And it's an opportunity to just really feel all the love, the magic, the abundance, the blessings of the universe. We are just constantly showered in love and light and magic and miracles, abundance and blessings. And of course, when we do these practices in nature, it is even more powerful. And so just have fun with that. And of course, I love how this came up today as we were recapping, of course, on the full moon in Aquarius this week on August 1st. That was just so much fun. Okay, well, there's our session today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Care, for being here with me live. So fun to have some company. I'm wishing you all a beautiful weekend ahead. Stay harmonized in mind, body, and soul. Thank you for liking the video, sharing it, subscribing to my channel. Have a beautiful weekend ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.